Hey everyone, Freddy Simoric here. Hopefully everyone can hear me fine. Once again, everyone in the house is sleeping. It's like between 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. So I just wanted to make this video because it's something that's been weighing on my mind a while. This video is going to be about depression, because that's something that millions have been dealing with and still are dealing with and will deal with, and I know I have. So I wanted to talk about my experiences with it and how I overcame it. And what's going to be really hard about this video is the fact that I'm going to be the important thing about this is to be honest about everything. So I'm going to be admitting things that I have never said to anyone before, things from my past that were turning points for me, but nonetheless, it's things that I've never told anyone and never thought I would tell. But for the importance of this video, I figured that, if I can be honest about everything, then, you guys can be honest. But my depression, really, I've been fighting with my whole life, but the majority of it started back whenever I was in school. I grew up poor. I didn't really have too much growing up. I was being raised by a single mom. She had 3 kids. She had the mortgage. She had, all the bills, trying to put food on the table. So we didn't exactly have a lot. And I remember the shoes that I was wearing was, it was falling apart on the heels. It was one of those things where it looked like the shoes were talking, and every single time I stepped, they would flap open and make that little flapping sound on the ground. And there was a guy in my 6th grade class who said that he felt bad, so he was going to get me a pair of shoes, bring me in a pair of shoes the next day. So I thought, well, that was really awesome. That was really nice of him. So I thanked him, and I went home. I told my mom about it, and she thought that was really nice. And I was, it shows how much I really didn't have when I was growing up. I was extremely excited. I could barely sleep that night because of the fact I was going to be getting new shoes the next day, and so I went to school the next day, and he comes up to me and says, hey man, I brought you those shoes. They're in my locker. I'm like, awesome, cool. So I go to the locker with him, and he pulls them out, and what he didn't tell me was that they were going to be his sister's shoes, and that they were bright pink. And then he started laughing. All the people around started laughing, and that was the first real feeling I had of pretty much true embarrassment. And I remember I faked sick the next couple of days because I just couldn't face anyone at school. And I remember that was the first time in my entire life that I ever contemplated ending it, because it hurt and it was that embarrassing. And I decided to push through, and it's a good thing I did, because after a while, after a few weeks, people forgot about it, and of course I didn't, but everyone else forgot about it, and went on. But throughout the course of my life, I've had a lot of things happen to me. I've had pretty much every single girl I've ever been with has cheated on me. There's just a lot of different things. Family members that I've lost, friends that I've lost. I had an alcohol problem for a while that really affected things, to a point where for a couple months straight there wasn't a single night I wasn't at the bar. And coming home, my friends had to literally lay me on the porch and knock on the door and take off because they didn't want to get in trouble by my mom because of the fact that I was, slobbering all over myself drunk. And I've another thing that happened that sorry. Sorry for smoking on the video. Just nervous about this, so whenever I'm nervous, I smoke. But I remember it was my birthday. It was my 24th birthday, I believe it was, and we had a plan where all my friends and everything were going to meet me up at the bar, and we were going to go up there and have a good time to celebrate my birthday. And I went up there and I was sitting there and I was talking to the bartender who I went to school with, and we were talking, and minutes turned to hours, and no one ever showed up. And I remember sitting there with a drink in my hand, just thinking, am I? At that time, I was thinking, am I really that unbearable that people don't want to be around me? Even though it was just one day, I honestly felt like that. And then that was another day that I contemplated ending it all. And I had several things like that. One in particular is this is one of the things that I've never said to anybody. But it was October 1st, 2004. I remember I was sitting at home and I thought, I just don't want to deal with this anymore. And so I grabbed my car keys, I got in the car, I drove up to a local gas station to get some cigarettes, and on the way home, I was driving, and I thought, this is it, this is the end. And I saw a telephone pole, and I turned toward it, going 45 miles an hour. At the last second, I backed out. Well, not really backed out, but I had second thoughts. And so I pushed on the brakes, but by that time it was too late, and I smashed into the telephone pole. And to this day, everyone thinks that I fell asleep behind the wheel, is what I told everyone, so that I wouldn't have people, worrying about me, about, my depression, or, wanting to institutionalize me or anything at that time. But so I told everyone that I fell asleep behind the wheel when in fact I was really depressed that night, and I was trying to end it. But after I got out of the hospital, I remember thinking that was the dumbest thing I've ever done, because I lost my car, I lost a lot of money from it, and it just had more of an effect on me than I really thought it would. And so that was the second to last time that I attempted anything. But the way I look at it now is, at the time, I didn't think that there was any bright days ahead. I really didn't. The way it looked is like it was just like darkness ahead, and that I was afraid of what was ahead, that it was just going to be more bad things, it was just going to be more depression, and that I didn't want to face all of it. But I decided to keep moving forward, more and more and more, and finally I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. And once I reached that light at the end of the tunnel, I realized that all that crap that happened to me in the past happened for a reason, to make me strong enough to be able to face what was coming ahead. And now, because of the fact that I decided that I was going to not be depressed and not let the bad things in life get to me, over the past 15 years now, I've had my son, which I wouldn't have had if I would have ended it in the car that night, because he was born a year later. I have a wonderful and beautiful supporting wife. I have my family. I have a job that I couldn't ask for a better job in the world. And on top of all that, I have all of you guys, the squad, which was the best thing that ever happened to me, was stumbling across Trilogy Media and stumbling across all of you guys, because you guys are supportive, you're loving, you're caring. You're not the type of people that are just saying it just to say it. If you're saying something nice or being supportive, you're being nice and supportive. And that's something that, I've always, gravitated towards, people who are genuine like all of you. But the thing that I would like to say more than anything to anyone going through what I went through is, it may seem like you're on a road that, you know, that you're at the end of the road. But in fact, if you look carefully, you can see that the road actually keeps going, and that you can keep going down that road. And you're going to come across a few pit stops that's going to be hard. It's going to be sad. It's going to be filled with anger, anxiety. It's going to be filled with all that stuff. But if you just keep going, even if that stuff takes hold, if you just keep going, pretty soon all that stuff's going to be behind you, and the only thing in front of you is going to be happiness, joy, love, and friends. And you may not seem like it, but you have your whole lives ahead of you for all these good things to happen. Like I said, I've had so many good things happen to me in the more good things than bad things recently. So another one of the bad things that happened that got me pretty bad was my mom passing away. But and I'm still dealing with that one to this day, but for different reasons. It's not really a depression thing, but it's like unresolved from the night that she passed away, type of thing. But the thing about that one was, whenever she passed away, the last thing I said to her was, "It's okay, you can go," which I know now. Like I said in my past video when I talked about this, I know that was the right thing to say, because I let her know that I would be okay. But there's a spot in the back of my head that makes me think I should have said goodbye, or I love you, or you know, you're the best mom anyone could ever ask for, and all these good things. And it took my stepmom to sit me down, because she saw how much it was hurting me recently, and she actually sat me down and told me something that put a light in my head that I wasn't thinking about. Was the fact that, by the fact that I told her it was okay, that she could go, that would be okay, I was telling her all those things. I was telling her that I loved her. I was telling her goodbye. I was telling her she was the best mother anyone could ever ask for. I was saying all that stuff in that one sentence. And like I said, I didn't think I could get through that. But someone was there for me who helped pull me in the right direction, and it's a million times better now. So the best thing I can say to anyone who's going through this right now is that there's no such thing as, if you're going for your dreams, there's no such thing as failures. I know it may seem like it, but there are no such, if you think about it, there's no such thing as failures, as long as you keep going for your dreams. There are setbacks. There are definitely going to be setbacks, and there's going to be problems along the way. But as long as you never quit, it's not a failure. Because one day, if you keep going for it, you will achieve what you want to do. Like myself and acting, I could easily say that I failed because of an audition that I went to, or that didn't work out, or the fact that I went into an audition and I chickened out and ran out before I could actually go up on stage on audition, all that. I can easily consider those failures, but I don't. I consider them setbacks, because I'm still on that path that I'm going to do it. And so that's how I look at it, that I haven't failed, and I'm not going to fail. I'm going to make sure that one way or another, I will get to that point. You have to reach for your goals, and the day you stop reaching is the day you fail. So just keep reaching for it, and one day you'll have it in your hand. There's so many things I was thinking about whenever I was going to do this, that I was going to say, but now that I'm actually doing the video, it's actually escaped my head, which tends to happen quite often. But like Trilogy says all the time, and especially recently in a video that they did, that you can't let anyone else dictate how you live your life. You have to run your own life. You can't let anyone else run it for you. you can't let someone else's words, you know, determine how you're going to act. If someone is mean to you, just say in the chats on Trilogy, if someone's mean to you on the chats, that it can't dictate that you leave the chats. It can't dictate that you know, start feeling down on yourself. You can't, and all that stuff, because that one person, their words are their words. That's all they are. It's just words. It's like the whole saying, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." If you know, I've had people recently up at work. I was working in shoes, and these two young teenage girls. I overheard them, and one of them I heard saying that I was the only employee around, so I know they would talk about me. But they actually said that one of them, I don't know which one it was, said, "Well, I thought you had to be good looking to work here." I could have easily taken that and, you know, been down on myself and sad and depressed and like, "Oh man, why did they have to say that? I'm not," but I didn't. What I did was I laughed, and in my head I thought, well, then I guess you guys are definitely not getting a job here, you know. And then that made me laugh even more. And I told a couple people about it and what I thought in my head, and they all laughed about it. And then I just wasn't thinking about it anymore. You can't let people's words dictate how you feel, who you are, and you know, you can't. It doesn't work that way. Um, I never realized how much I stumble on my words until I'm doing a video. But like I said, the road is endless. It has no end. Uh, you may People always say that they're at the end of the road, and there's no such thing as the end of the road. It keeps going. You just have to determine if you're going to stop or you're going to keep going. My advice is to keep going. No matter what happens, just keep going down that road, and eventually you reach the spot you want to be at. And like me, Trilogy was very inspirational to me when it comes to stuff I was going through personally, and they helped me more than they will ever know. And like I said in one of my previous videos, I know they're never going to see this to know exactly what they've done for me, but they've done not just for me, but for, you know, hundreds of thousands of people, what they've done for people through their content. And I know I'll never be, you know, that successful, and I'm not expecting to be. So, you know, I'm not expecting to have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, you know. I'm fine with the amount of subscribers I have now. But one day you're going to come to that crossing, the crossroads, and I know I've approached it many times, and I could either go down the wrong path or I could go down the right path. Several times I thought I wanted to go down the wrong path, but then when I turned and went the other way, the right path, it made all the difference in the world. So all you have to do is just stay on that right path, stay on the main road. Just remember that the road never ends. Another thing that I can talk about is anything that happened in my past. I'm not ashamed of. I'm proud of everything that happened because in my past, because it made me who I am today. And I wouldn't want any other life than the life I have now. But you know, back in 2000, I was hanging with the wrong crowd. I ended up in jail. You know, I ended up in jail for 3 days for attempted breaking and entering. And there's a long story behind that. That'll probably be another video. But I spent 3 days in jail, 2.5 years on probation, and it scarred me in a lot of different ways. Anytime anything happened around the area, the police looked at me. My friends, who I thought were my friends at the time, weren't really too good of friends because they sold me out on something that I didn't do, and that's not the mark of a good friend. But you know, the hell with them. I'm better off without them. I'd rather have you guys anyway. But this video isn't going exactly the way I originally had it planned in my head, because you know I had it planned in my head that it'd be a little bit more inspirational, but for some reason those words got lost. But I'm trying to make it as inspirational as possible. Just like I said, the road doesn't end, and if anyone wants to, you know, has anything going on in their lives that they need, you know, they don't feel like they have anyone to talk to or don't have, you know, anywhere to turn, you know, there's me. There's a lot of people in the squad. You know, you can always, you know, contact me on here. You know, I can give you my email or my phone number, and you know, we can talk. And you know, just know that there's other people out there going through the same thing you are, and that you're not alone. That you'll never be alone. That's the biggest problem with depression, is you think you're alone when you're not. There's many times where I'm having a problem, I can't talk to my wife about it, but I can talk to the squad. So, but that's pretty much the video. I just wanted to do this to let you guys know that, you know, dreams are out there for a reason. They're there for you to go after, and as long as you keep, you can do one of two things. You can either stop or keep reaching. And that's my advice to you, is to always keep reaching. No matter how long it may take you to get there, always keep reaching, because eventually you'll reach it. You'll be able to grab it, and you will be glad. You'll look back on all the turmoil and the problems that you had getting there and think that you reaching that goal wouldn't have been possible without those downfalls and without those problems that you went through and roadblocks. So be grateful for what you have, because you never know what the future holds. You may be extremely down today, thinking that nothing's ever going to happen good for you, and then tomorrow you meet the person that you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with. You get a good job, you know, you come across money. You know, it could be anything. So don't think that you know, that today it sucks, tomorrow's going to suck even more, because that's not the case. And it wasn't for me, and because of the fact that I saw that, I am where I am now. I have my own YouTube channel now, and quite a few subscribers, and a second family in the squad. So, and I wouldn't have had any of that if I would have given up when I wanted to give up. So just make sure, never give up. Those are the main things that I want you guys to take from this video. If you take nothing else, to take this: never give up, never quit reaching for that dream, and always remember that there is no end to the road, that it always keeps going. So I hope that that I know this probably isn't going to help like thousands of people or whatever, but even if it reaches and impacts one person, then I feel satisfied with this video. But I'm hoping that things get better if things are bad for you. Just know that, you know, you're loved, that there's always someone there for you, even if you don't think there is, and that one day you'll realize that you went through all this for a reason, and it was to make you stronger. And that's what I've gone through. So just on a quick side note, this Sunday, December 6th, is going to be the Being Boozled challenge with Miss Murder, myself, my brother Richard, I think Connie R, and Andrash, and Blaine, and just a whole bunch of people, and we're all going to have some fun grossing each other out. So that's kind of cool. And I just want to say thank you a whole bunch to, this is the end of the video, so I want to do all my thank yous to Trilogy Media for everything that they've done for me that they don't even know about. To Miss Murder for, you know, being extremely awesome. Same goes for Andrash for Lady Bass Guitar, Connie R, Honey Badger, you know, and the list goes on and on. All the squad that has been there. The squad's definitely a family, and I'm proud to be a part of it. But and the thank yous go to, of course, outside of the squad, like my wife, my son, my brothers, my dad and stepmom, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, all my friends, coworkers, everybody who's made my life more complete. So I just wanted to say those thank yous and say that, like I said, if you need anything, I'm here. I can, I don't judge. I've had people talk to me about stuff that they don't talk about to anyone else. That's why I felt comfortable talking to you guys about stuff I've never talked about to anyone else. But I know this is kind of a long video, 26 minutes, but I hope you guys got something out of this. And I hope that the next time we meet, that it will be a little bit more of an uplifting video than this. But I've been planning on doing this for a while, and like I said, I'm sorry it wasn't as inspirational as I was originally planning on it to be. But I just wanted to get that stuff out to make myself feel better, and to hope that I can make other people feel better too. So until next time, this is Fredissimo. Peace out.